Well, thank you very much, Ron. You know, for probably 45 years of our 50 years of existence, we've had a chief executive in Phil Josephson. But in 2018, we made a change. It is my privilege now to introduce you to Rex Martin, who grew up on a farrow-to-finish farm in Camden, Arkansas. A former Arkansas State FFA president, Rex attended the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville, graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in agricultural business. For over 25 years, Rex worked in various positions related to environmental regulations, legislation at the state and federal level with the Syngenta Company. As head of its external relations at Syngenta, his responsibilities included leading engagement with agricultural groups, setting and implementing North American Syngenta ag and environmental policy, directing the federal government relations department, and managing Syngenta's leadership at its best training programs. As Chief Executive Officer of Alpha Gamma Rho, he challenges AGR collegiate members and alumni to make better men through growing leadership skills and values for a successful adult life. Rex has served in many leadership and board positions inside and outside the industry. He has received a number of awards recognizing his leadership commitment to agriculture organizations, including the William LaRue Award from the Southern Crop Production Association, the Crop Life America Workforce Award, and the Missouri Corn Growers Association and American Agri Women's President Award. He was also the first ever recipient of the Kansas Ag Retailer Association's Standing Tall Award. Ladies and gentlemen, when he is not working with agricultural organizations, Rex enjoys skiing, snowmobiling, along with singing and playing music. Rex lives in Springfield, Missouri, and with his wife Christy and his daughters Blair, a junior at DePaul University in Chicago, and Haley, a senior in high school. Please help me to welcome Mr. Rex Martin, Chief Executive Officer of the Alpha Gamma Rho fraternity.
My goodness, that was excellent. I did not know that my board member, Greg Webb, could sing like that. Absolutely amazing. So on behalf of 3,100 undergraduate members of Alpha Gamma Rho, 55,000 alumni nationwide, from Gamma Zeta at Arkansas Tech to just a little further north at Alpha, Illinois, I bring you greetings from Alpha Gamma Rho at our home office in Kansas City. And congratulations on 50 amazing years. Obviously, everybody's a little taller than me. And I don't want to say that they're taller than me. I genetically enhanced closer to the ground. So, as Greg mentioned, and you probably picked this up with my accent, I am from LA, Lower Arkansas. So Camden, Arkansas, but I'm outside of Rock. Who's heard of Camden, Arkansas? Raise your hand. That's helpful. Who hasn't heard of Camden, Arkansas? How many folks don't care about Camden? Always some of them. Always some of them. Well, I grew up on a hog farm, and what I learned about hog farming are two things. I'm an only child, and hog farming to me meant that you smell like hogs and what they excrete. We're done with dinner, I can say that. And if you're trying to get a homecoming date, you're trying to get ready for the prom, you can't wash that stuff off. You can't look cologne, and you wonder why you can't get a date. So I decided hog farming probably wasn't in my future. And being an only child, I also learned in farming that if something breaks down, if something something screws up, chances are it was my fault. Whether it wasn't. Any only child's done that? Yeah. So I can't tell you how honored and privileged I am to be here. This has been such a great weekend. I enjoyed the all-ag banquet we went to last night. Absolutely amazing. And we had so many brothers there. We had a record attendance, I hear. So what a great beginning to this weekend. And then hearing the stories last night and hearing the stories today about LEAC and the perseverance of our brothers to become a chapter, to begin those first 50 years, is absolutely amazing. And so for that, I'm so privileged to be here. You know, so when Ron first invited me to come, he did tell me over lunch about LEAC. And I've read the historical stories, I've talked to other LEAC members that are here about what had occurred. And what amazes me is for many years they persevered. And that cooperative truly took cooperation. They had to cooperate and work hard to earn the ability to be a chapter of AGR. And I don't know a story in any of our 72 chapters that's like the one that you have. The uniqueness of the struggles against the university, against some naysayers, against folks that were anti-Greek, even against AGR to some degree. Why can't we be a chapter? You earned that right. And I don't know that anyone has had to go through all that you did to become a chapter. And it's amazing, and I'm thrilled to hear that. And let's just give our LEAC members another hand. So they cooperate. And Jack Welch said, when you become a leader, success is all about growing others. And that's what they did. You know, when you're trying to become a leader, you're growing yourself. But when you are a leader, you have to grow others. So cooperation is important in the success of the chapter. Attitude. You've got to have a positive attitude. Now, who said this? I have missed over 9,000 shots in my career. I lost 300 games, and on 28 specific times, I've been asked to take the winning shots, and I missed. And I failed, and I failed, and I failed again. And because of those failures, I was successful. Who was that? Michael Jordan. Probably the greatest NBA player, maybe the greatest basketball player of all time. He did it because he had a positive attitude and he believed in himself. Obviously, this attitude permeates this room with our brotherhood. Responsibility. You know, we're responsible. We're the holders of the values and promise of Alpha Gamma Rho, the brotherhood of Alpha Gamma Rho, and frankly, the future of agriculture. John Maxwell said, life doesn't have a remote control. You know, life, you just get up and change the channel yourself. Listen, life is not easy. Boy, my daughters hate to hear me say that. But it's not. Life isn't easy. You know, life isn't fair. But if you don't like it, do something about it. We had a chapter consultant that left us to a Greek fundraising organization recently, and he asked me in his exit interview, he said, Rex, why did you come to AGR? Now, I was initiated at Arkansas, University of Arkansas, Alpha in 1986. My appointment was 7:55. And I said, well, you know, I was initiated as a member, and my brothers, no, really, why are you the CEO of Alpha Gamma Rho? I said, well, I'll tell you the story. I didn't want to be. Really? I said, no. I got a call, and I wasn't interested. And some friends of mine that were alumni, not just in Arkansas, but other places in the industry, said, well, Rex, you've left the corporate world, you like the nonprofit world, yeah. You do leadership and mentoring, you've done that for years, you enjoy doing that, correct? Yeah. You want to run the show, you want to be a CEO of an organization, yes. This seems to be a perfect fit. Why would you not want to do that? Well, you hear all this bad stuff about Greeks. You know what I'm talking about. And they they said, Rex, then what are you going to do about it? That's what changed. And ultimately, for our alumni in the room, this is a challenge to you, is what are we going to do about it? If we had a great experience in our collegiate life in Southern Illinois or wherever, don't we owe it to our brothers today to ensure that they have that same opportunity? Every day I wake up, and frankly every day you wake up, with an opportunity to make better men. We may not always get there, not every single day, but we owe it to them to try our best. And that's why I'm here tonight. And that's why I'm working for Alpha Gamma Rho, and I can't think of a better place to be than right here, right now, celebrating your 50th anniversary. So there's one more, I think, key to a successful chapter. And I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing at AGR. So what we're trying to do is to make sure that we're a service organization. I work for you, period. You are my boss. And it is my job to ensure that you get the best education, that you get the best internships, that you get the first jobs that are great, that you have a good career, and that circle of life brings you right back here, giving back to that next generation. That's what I'm supposed to do. That's what I need to be doing every day. That is what our staff at Alpha Gamma Rho and our volunteers are charged to do, is to be servants to our brotherhood. We don't always hit the mark, but we're trying and striving to do better. And in the 2 years, as of last week, I've been 2 years in this job, we are making some changes. And you can see those changes happening. We've introduced some software and online platforms. We have a new website. We've got new branding. We've been out both between myself and our new chief development officer who has 20 years of experience in fundraising. We've been to over 39 states. I've hit a new chapter every month for the last 24. My job is to be here with you, not in that office in Kansas City. So that's my pledge to you, is to be that servant and to be there and to be your backup, be your wingman to help you succeed and excel. So we're trying to build that, and I know we're getting there. Our Giving Tuesday, the best we ever did 2 years ago, was $13,000. We raised almost $51,000 in one day. Over a 12-month period, we raised $430,000. That's a record-setting amount. And where's that money go? Hopefully it's going back to you. That's what it's there for. That's why we have an education foundation. So, 4 or 5 years ago, the Olympics was on NBC, and they did a poll of what were the greatest Olympic moments. And we got the Summer Olympics coming up, hopefully in Japan. And some of the Olympic moments, USA Olympic moments that you think about is Jesse Owens in Berlin winning gold medals against the Nazis. You think about Carrie Strug with the hurt ankle landing on one foot after making a gymnastic move that allowed our women gymnasts to win gold. But you may have seen on the news recently that this is the 40th anniversary of the Miracle on Ice. People remember that? If our country needed a pick-me-up, that was it. We had hostages in Iran. We had double-digit inflation. We had a pretty poor economy, and things weren't looking too good in the United States. And we had a hockey team 40 years ago that was the youngest team in American history. They were the youngest team in the tournament, and they're playing the Russians. Now, so the Russians had won gold medals in 5 of the 6 previous Winter Olympic Games. And of course, they were favored to win. And their team was pretty much professionals. That's all they do year-round, is is a pretty awesome team. There's no way this ragtag group of amateurs can win this Olympic gold. So they went to the group stage, and they played to a 2-2 tie with Sweden, which that alone was a pretty big victory for them. They didn't lose, but they didn't win. And then they had an upset victory against the number 2 team in Czechoslovakia. They won that 7-3. So now they're in the gold medal round against the undefeated Russians, the Soviet Union, and there's no chance on earth that they win this game. And if anybody's ever seen the movie Miracle on Ice with Kurt Russell, you'll remember this quite well. And so I'm going to say this: Kurt Brooks, late Kurt Brooks was their coach, and made this amazing thing happen. I'm going to just tell the short speech that he gave before they hit the ice against the Russians. Great moments are born from great opportunity. And that's what you're here tonight, boys. That's what you've earned here tonight. One game. If we play them 10 times, they might win 9. But not this game. Not tonight. Tonight we stay with them. Tonight we stay with them and shut them down because we can. Tonight we're the greatest hockey team in the world. You were born to be hockey players, every one of you. This is your time. Their time is done. It's over. I'm sick and tired of hearing about what a great team the Soviets have. Screw them. This is your time. Now go out there and take it. And that's exactly what they did. To the last bell, they won that game, and then they beat Finland in the gold round, and then they were gold medals. Nobody expected it, and 40 years later, we still remember it. And it really reached a fever pitch and really helped our country when we really needed that. So that was enthusiasm, that youthful enthusiasm that I hope every brother in this room has. If you take the C from cooperation, the A from the positive attitude, the R from responsibility, the E from enthusiasm, is why I see over 250 people here. It's because you care. You care about your brothers. You care about our new brothers, and you care about the future of Alpha and Amarillo. And I leave you here with this challenge. There are people that have come here for the first time in 10, 15, 20, 25 years. We miss you, brothers. We want you back. We need you. Our men need you. There are universities that cannot stand Greece, yet that we raise more money than non-Greeks. Forget that we have the best GPAs versus non-Greeks. Forget that we're the leaders on campus. But we need your leadership. We need your mentorship. Oh yeah, we need your money too. But I like this. We know what makes successful chapters. If you have good chapter advisors, in some cases needs more than one. We have 2 here. If you have a house mother and a house director. If you have alumni that are supportive with their time. If you have a strong recruitment class, strong officers, and you're working together as a team, as a good executive council, there's no possible way you can fail. You will succeed. And this is what we have with Southern Illinois. We can always do better if we have those things in places. So the top third of our chapters have that. Middle third might be missing a piece of that, and we've got to be better there. And then about a third of our chapters, they may have none of those pieces. So there's the growth model for Alpha Amarillo. It's just like it's being on the farm. You got to fix what you got. We are going to fix this with your help. So we'll be putting out an initiative of local chapter excellence so we can build those teams locally. The money goes locally to help you build better chapters to build better men. I know we can do this. This will be rolled out over the next couple of years, but that needs to be the focus. Not opening up another chapter. It's fixing what we got and being there for you who's here right now that we need to make sure that you have a great education and great experience. We have a great experience, you need to have a great experience, and I assure you, you will have, because you're going to have the support of all these other folks. So, with that, I thank you so much for the honor to be here. This is a great pleasure of mine. I love being with our brothers here. I love the enthusiasm here. I love the history. And I am so blessed to be in this role, to have this opportunity to share with you. And okay, I may not be around for 100. Probably more, a couple of us will not be around for 100. But I know there will be 100 here. And I know we'll be looking from above and knowing that you're having a good time and having a great chapter. Thank you so much and congratulations.
It's evident from Rex's remarks that he says that he's not doing his job if he's in Kansas City, and I think you're seeing tonight that he's willing to understand and know who the brotherhood of the AGRs are across the country. And Rex, on behalf of the Beta Alpha Alumni Association and Executive Chapter, we'd like to present you with this plaque as a memento of you being with us here to celebrate our 50th anniversary.